across Japan. Well, we'll talk about global equity markets in a bit, but first up, yesterday was a day of consolidation where the markets traded with a negative bias. The sentiment, though, on the street currently seems to be intact. Amar Singh, head advisor of Angel Broking, now joins in with his top trades. Amar, we had two solid days of trade, which is Friday and Monday, and so hence yesterday's profit taking was on the cards. This morning, we're looking at another 0.5% cut on the index. Keeping that in mind, if we do get an opening around levels of 10,500, which is what the Yes Sheets is pointing to, would you initiate fresh longs on the Nifty?
No, I would suggest that because the overall short-term trend definitely remains down. What we witnessed was two things. One is before the expiry, there was the short covering also happened and the follow-through. So the markets are unable to sustain above the 10,600, 650 levels. So clearly reflecting that there is inherent weakness in the markets. And also what we've seen in the global markets, in the US markets and in the Asian markets. So the market seems to be opening on a downside. So I would not suggest that buying the level that one can look at major support for Nifty is first placed at around 10,470. So if that level is held, then we could see some temporary respite and the market bounce back. So because the short-term trend remains down, so I would say that it's not a good idea to just buy on the opening, let the market consolidate around 10,470 odd levels or so. If that's a good level, if the market takes support, then we could witness some bounce back. Else, the market is likely to again witness selling pressure around 10,550, 560. And also the news that had come in yesterday with regard to the public sector banks and the 50 crore means loans which are there, they all need to be investigated. So that also will have some bearish sentiments on the PSU banks, and overall it could see some selling pressure there as well.
Right. So in that case, Amar, what would the trading strategy be then on Bank Nifty? Would you, if you do get a gap down on Bank Nifty, would you be brave enough to short that index?
No, I would say that let the market settle down for the first 15 minutes, because generally what we've seen is that there is extreme reaction in the first 15 to half an hour, for first 15 minutes to half an hour of the day. And also if you look at the way Bank Nifty closed yesterday around 25,383, so it has, we could see some downside opening by maybe 150, 200 points on the Bank Nifty. So if it consolidates around 25,050, 25,000 levels, psychological levels, so then, or technical level as well, then we could see some pullback. Otherwise, I would suggest that again higher levels should be used as a selling opportunity. The resistance, the first level of resistance for Bank Nifty would be around 25,000. Again, it could be 350, 400 zone. That could be a very good level to go short.
Right. In terms of stocks, Dish TV, Ambuja Cement, ITC, ICICI Bank, Reliance Power, REC, HDI, DLF, Sun Pharma, that list is fairly extensive. So shorts being added. Would you sort of then short any of the counters that I mentioned or any other short trades this morning?
Yeah, as far as the short trades this morning, yeah, I would say that public sector bank is one which one should definitely look at. I would say SBI if it bounces back, because it closed around 268 levels or so. So any pullback towards 270, 273, that can be a good selling opportunity with a stop loss of 282 and a target of 250, 455 on the downside. Looking at REC, what we are seeing is that it did witness some correction yesterday of 0.8% or so, currently around 145 levels. So this is not, I would say, a very good buying opportunity. Yes, any pullback towards 147 can be used as a shorting opportunity. 147, between 147 and 148 can be a shorting opportunity with a stop loss of 152 and a target in the region of 140, 139 to 140 on the downside.
Amar, one space in the market that has been a star performer has been IT stocks. Yesterday as well, despite the rupee looking relatively stronger, some of these IT names continued to witness buying activity. Today, of course, the setup is very different. You've got a stronger dollar. The rupee is expected to open up weaker. Would IT stocks still continue to outperform? And if yes, which is the IT counters that you would initiate longs on this morning? I want to talk about Tata Elxsi and the second drug IT names, because those are the ones where the action seems fairly evident.
Yeah, what we are seeing in the IT stocks is that, yes, they have bucked the trend, and also there are factors which have really helped these IT stocks. One is the rupee is one definitely, and also the earlier concerns which were there. They have also been by the US administration that also have been addressed to a certain extent. So it is not as bad as it was expected to be. So I think, and the stocks had also been beaten down significantly. And technically, if you look at the major IT stocks and even I would say the mid-cap stocks, they are witnessing overall the trend remains positive, but we are witnessing some, I would say, consolidation, some weakening of the trend, and some profit booking also at higher levels. So, and also it's the broad-based market that's going to impact these IT stocks. Talking about Tata Elxsi, what we witnessed is that Tata Elxsi witnessed some minor correction yesterday of almost 1%, and it's currently on 1,038 levels. But the trend still remains strong for Tata Elxsi. Because if you look at the daily trends or the medium-term trends as well as the long-term trends, they clearly signify that any pullback can be used as a buying opportunity. So it's closed around 1,038 levels. Any pullback towards 1,010, 1,020, that can be a good buying opportunity with a stop loss of 980 and a target in the range of 1,070 to 1,080 on the upside.
Right. Amar, good morning. This is Piyush here. Now, we just talked about IT here. One pocket again where there has been good sort of buying, but buying in pockets between stock to stock again has been FMCG. We have seen yesterday again in the last two sessions again DMart, especially the retail stocks, could be the smaller rung stocks like V2 Retail, Future Retail, but the larger one, the DMart again, has been actually gaining by good sort of margins there, and also Godrej Consumer, some sort of good long build-up was happening there. So anything which you like or your views on these two stocks here?
Yeah, DMart, if you look at DMart, what we're seeing is that this stock is definitely bucking the trend, no doubt about it. Yesterday also it was up significantly by almost 5%. So clearly the stock is in an uptrend, and if you look at it technically across different time frames, it continues to be very strong, and in spite of the overall market breadth being weak and sentiments being weak, we've seen this. So clearly reflects that this stock is moving on its own inherent strength. And so any pullback, because the stock has moved up yesterday significant, and today we could see some correction. So the level to enter the stock, if one wants to trade from a short-term perspective, would be around 1320 to 1325. That can be a good level to enter with a stop loss below 1300 and a target in the range of 1370 to 1380.
How would you play crude-related stocks? Crude prices have eased off substantially in overnight trade and also this morning across Asia. Could that mean a sort of rally playing out for maybe aviation names, paint companies, other oil and gas stocks, and that could hence be a good trading space for the day?
I would say that what we are witnessing in crude oil particularly is that crude oil is trading is capped on the upside. So clearly reflecting that the stocks also, if I'm talking about the crude oil stocks, we are not witnessing some very clear trends in that case. But yes, like for example, ONGC is concerned that if you look at the trend for this particular stock, what we are witnessing is that it continues to be sideways. So it can be a good shorting opportunity somewhere in the region of it's currently on 188 levels. So any pullback towards 190 to 93 can be used as a shorting opportunity with a stop loss of 196 and a target in the region of 180.
Right, thanks Amar. Good talking to you this morning. That is Amar Singh and his recommendations on the Nifty, Bank Nifty and stock-specific trades for the day. It is going to be a down day, in fact.